Tun Dr. Mahathir says no cabinet reshuffle. Public told to stop circulating upside-down images of national flag. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Muhammad Amin and thanks for joining us here on the News on 2. Now, Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has denied any report of a possible cabinet reshuffle. Well, he, however, said there may be slight changes in terms of the portfolios instead.
Ada reshuffle, no new ministers.
No new ministers.
Saya bercakap dengan kabinet, mungkin ada tukar sikit portfolio, tapi belum ada.
Tapi ada tukar portfolio, tapi tak ada cabinet reshuffle.
No cabinet reshuffle.
Just tukar portfolio.
Tukar portfolio itu pun saya belum buat.
Sorry?
Itu pun saya belum lakukan.
Belum lah. Bila tu nak buat?
Kalau nak buat saya beritahu. Yeah, I tell you.
Tun Dr. Mahathir said this in a press conference held after the second session of his meeting with senior government officials for 2019 in Putrajaya yesterday. Meanwhile, when asked if Jelly MP Datuk Seri Mustafa Mohamad would be brought into the cabinet, Tun Dr. Mahathir responded by saying no new ministers will be appointed.
Well, speaking on another matter, Tun Dr. Mahathir said highway toll collections will continue even if concessionaire Plus Malaysia Sendirian Berhad is taken over by another entity. Well, he said the government is still considering an offer from Maju Holdings Sendirian Berhad to take over Plus.
The problem with buying is that if we don't allow them to charge toll, then how are they going to recover the outlay of funds they put up for purchasing the toll? So this is a problem. The problem is that all highways need to be maintained, need to be enlarged sometimes, added new lanes. So that all that costs money.
Elaborating further, the Premier said Maju Holdings proposed that there has to be toll collection, without which they are unable to make the purchase as they will not get the returns. Moreover, the Premier said the company's proposal includes a lowering of the toll rates as they want to do various other things such as repairing the roads. He said if the government wants to eliminate highway toll, it has to come up with a lot of money to take over the road concessionaires. Thus, for now, Tun Dr. Mahathir said the Cabinet will be looking into the proposal by Maju Holdings. Recently approved motorcycle ride-hailing service Gojek, Tun Dr. Mahathir said the public have other options if they think it is unsafe. He said Malaysians have the choice as no one is forcing them to use the motorcycle service.
Iyalah, ada yang tak puas tak ada. Any project some people will oppose, but we want to know whether it serves the country or not.
Tapi ada yang bimbang mengenai soal keselamatan, terutamanya penunggang perempuan wanita.
Iyalah, kalau bahasa tak selamat, jangan naik. You have the choice. We are not forcing you to take motorcycle ride.
Tun Dr. Mahathir was responding to safety fears among the public on the service, especially for women. The Cabinet on Wednesday had given the green light to implement the service, subject to viability studies and legal provisions. Meanwhile, commenting on the controversial issue which surrounded the controversial speaker, Dr. Zakir Naik, the Prime Minister, when asked to comment if he was going to change his mind about not deporting the preacher, said that no change will be made at the moment. Tun Dr. Mahathir said Malaysia could not deport Dr. Zakir to India as he might be killed there.
The government is not uncaring in its provision of cash assistance to the people, explaining that instead the new administration did not want such assistance to bring about bigger financial problems to the country. The Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said the government needs to expend efforts in ensuring that the security of the country, particularly its financials, is preserved.
Dan kerajaan dulu memberi kerana mereka
menyalahgunakan wang. Kerajaan ini tak dapat memberi. Kerana kalau kita memberi, kita akan hutang lebih banyak. Lagipun kalau kita naik gaji saja tanpa meningkatkan produktiviti, maka cost of living akan meningkat. Dan walaupun jumlah wang yang kita terima itu lebih tinggi, lebih banyak daripada dahulu.
According to the Premier, one of the problems which was preventing the quick recovery of the country was the borrowing undertaken by the previous government amounting to 1 trillion ringgit, which had caused tax collections to be used to repay loans as well as the interest attached to such loans until present today. As such, Tun Dr. Mahathir called on government servants to provide its support and loyalty to the new government, except for a situation where the new government is also involved in stealing and bribery.
The Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, has advised the public not to share or circulate photographs or videos of the Jalur Gemilang flag hung upside down at a school in Pahang. Now, the advice came after the MCMC found videos and photographs of similar incidents, but were unintentional or had happened a long time ago, were also being shared on social media.
Loaded on Sebenarnya.my portal, MCMC went on to say it, however, does not rule out the responsibility that certain parties have modified the images to carry a malicious agenda. The Commission is thus urging social media users not to share or circulate such images which could incite hatred and public anger. The Ministry also advised Internet users to exercise self-control when accessing the Internet and not to use the platform to disseminate fake, offensive and derogatory contents that could jeopardize public order.
Selangor Menteri Besar Amiruddin Syahri reminds state residents to continue respecting the national flag, the Jalur Gemilang, which is characterized as the most valuable asset of the country.
The Selangor government sternly rejects attempts by certain quarters who insult or use the flag for narrow interests of unscrupulous quarters.
Pendirian kerajaan ini sudah pasti kita akan menentang dan menolak sama sekali mereka-mereka yang memperlekeh ataupun menggunakan bendera ini untuk memperlekeh serta merendah-rendahkan lambang penyatuan dan kejayaan.
Speaking at a dinner event held in Shah Alam yesterday, he also reminded all quarters not to tarnish the independence that we have achieved thus far.
Well, a Perak Executive Council chairman was charged at the Ipoh Sessions Court today with raping a 23-year-old Indonesian woman. While Perak State Executive Council member Paul Yong Chu Kiong, 49, claimed trial to committing the offence in a room on the upper floor of his house in Meru Desa Park, Ipoh, on 7 July between 8:15 p.m. and 9:15 p.m.
The charge under Section 376 of the Penal Code carries up to 30 years imprisonment and whipping on conviction. Yong, who is also Trono Assemblyman, arrived at the courthouse at 8:57 a.m. in a BMW car. Police had reinforced security in the vicinity to prevent any untoward incident. A group of Yong's supporters had gathered at the courthouse entrance since 8:30 a.m. About 20 media practitioners were also around the vicinity. Yong's lawyers comprised Farhan Sapian, Malim Nawar Assemblyman Leong Chiok Keng, Bukit Gelugur MP Ram Kapal Singh and Jolutong MP Arasan Raya. The prosecution was represented by Deputy Public Prosecutor, the DPP, Azan Mokhtar, Anul Warda Shahidan and Naidatul Atira Azman.
A Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission (MACC) investigating officer told the Kuala Lumpur High Court yesterday that only former Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak had an interest in the misappropriation of SRC International Sendirian Berhad funds, not the fugitive businessman Joe Low. Now, MACC Senior Assistant Commissioner for Special Operations Division Rosalie Hussain, 54, said this when questioned by lawyer Harvinderjit Singh, representing Datuk Seri Najib, who is on trial for misappropriation of 42 million ringgit in SRC funds.
The defense asked a question implying that Jolo was actually responsible for all transaction-related matters involving millions of ringgit taken from SRC without the defense's knowledge. The witness, however, disagreed, saying that Jolo had no interest in the case, as it was in fact Datuk Seri Najib who had interest in the misappropriated funds. He strongly disapproved when Harvinderjit put to him that MACC pressured former SRC director Datuk Subo Mat Yassin, who was the 42nd prosecution witness, to change the testimony he gave to the commission. Rosalie said there was no pressure at all, as he was the case investigating officer and it was his responsibility to probe the case. He told the court that MACC recorded Subo's statement 6 times, with the first in Abu Dhabi, which was also attended by his lawyer Selvam Mutia. Elaborating further, Rosalie said he wanted an independent statement from Subo, as he was a witness, not a suspect. Rosalie said it was his initiative, as he felt the need to have Subo's statement recorded once Subo was in Malaysia. The hearing before Judge Muhammad Nazlan Muhammad Ghazali continues today.
Well, coming up, special audit on DBKL land sale. You're watching News on 2. Now, passengers departing from the KL International Airport, KLIA, are advised to reach the airport 4 hours before their flight departure time, as systems disruption have yet to be resolved. Now, the airport operator, Malaysia Airport Sendirian Berhad, said their team are still in the midst of stabilizing the system as of 6 a.m. today.
The disrupted connection, which began Wednesday night, had affected key airport systems such as Wi-Fi connection, Flights Information Display System, the FIDS, check-in counters and the baggage handling system, BHS. Malaysia Airports said to mitigate the situation, all 38 remote bays at KLIA main terminal had been utilized to cater to aircraft that are not able to proceed to the shuttle gates as they are still being occupied. 4 additional buses have also been provided, as well as ground handling services for the airline in order to facilitate passenger movements to ferry them to the remote bays from the terminal and vice versa. Malaysia Airports had also extended the operating hours at all other airports nationwide last night in order to cater to the delayed departing flights from Kuala Lumpur. As of 10 p.m. yesterday, 68 delayed flights have been reported.
Well, a special audit on the sale of land owned by the Kuala Lumpur City Hall, DBKL, will be conducted with the assistance of the National Audit Department. The Public Accounts Committee, PAC Chairman Dr. Noraini Ahmad, said the special audit is needed to help the committee complete the report before tabling it to the Parliament.
Dr. Noraini, however, said no date has been slated yet for the tabling of the report. In a statement yesterday, she said the report will only be tabled after the committee is satisfied with all statements and explanations provided by witnesses involved in the issue. She said although the issue was not reported in the Auditor General's report, proceedings would be carried out after receiving the approval of all members of the committee using the powers of authority under Standing Order 77, subsection 1, subsection D, in which, among others, the committee is allowed to investigate any matter which it deemed necessary. Subsequently, Dr. Noraini said that proceedings started on the 4th of April by calling Federal Territories Minister Khalid Samad, and then on the 23rd of April, former Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC Chief Datuk Seri Shukri Abdul and Attorney General Tommy Thomas via his representative Solicitor General too, Datuk Siti Zainab Omar.
TM1, the Enterprise and Public Sector Business Solutions arm of Telecom Malaysia Berhad, TM, is eyeing a higher revenue base this year from the 4.2 million ringgit chalked up in 2018 following the launch of the company's latest 10 transformative smart solutions known as 10T. Now, Chief Executive Officer Insignor Azizi Ehadi said the 10T would indirectly help increase the business unit's contribution to group revenue compared with 35% of the 12 billion ringgit total revenue last year.
We align the team into industry vertical, work with customers, understand their need, understand their pain point, and we come up with a solution to help them to address their business requirements. So there will be a lot more coming very soon.
Azizi said this to reporters on the sidelines of TM Smart Industry Showcase in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. At the showcase, TM1 launched the 10T solutions to reaffirm its commitment to catapult Malaysian industries towards the Industrial Revolution 4.0. The 10T solutions are smart home solutions, smart building management solutions, smart street light solutions, smart parking solutions, and smart traffic light solutions, which all fall under the Connected City and Living Solutions cluster. This cluster is designed to help city planners, township developers, and communities build better and connected cities to improve the quality of life. The other solutions include Smart Water Management Solutions, Connected Utilities Solutions Cluster, as well as Smart Genset Sensor and Smart Forklift Solutions, Connected Factory Solutions. The remaining solutions, Smart Aquaculture and Smart Hydroponic, are categorized under the Connected Agriculture Solutions, designed to address low farming efficiency and improve the quality of agricultural products through real-time data collection alongside the analysis of farming parameters.
Desa Rukos and Legoland Malaysia Resort, which are among the country's most popular theme parks, will be highlighted at the 48th Malaysian Association of Tour and Travel Agents MATA Fair, to be held at the Putra World Trade Center, or PWTC, from 6 to 8 September. The MATA Chief Executive Officer Puah Tai Neng said the two theme parks located in Johor were being highlighted in the view of the Visit Johor Year VJY 2020.
Puah said Johor is the MATA Fair's favourite destination for Malaysia, and this is the biggest fair as it will take up the whole venue, the Putra World Trade Center, with 1,398 booths, and are expecting 110,000 visitors who intend to travel domestically and internationally. Speaking to a press conference yesterday, Puah said many Malaysians will travel domestically with the Visit Johor Year 2020 push. Meanwhile, Puah urged visitors to come early as the doors would open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and to use public transportation to avoid heavy traffic. He also said that visitors should grab the opportunity to bring their children to experience Malaysia's 9 most favourite theme parks, which are participating at the fair for the upcoming school holiday. The 7 other participating theme parks are Sunway Lagoon, Bangi Wonderland Theme Park and Resort, Sunway Lost World of Tambun, Angry Birds Activity Park, Kidzania Kuala Lumpur, Safari Wonderland, A Formosa Resort, and Super Park Malaysia. 20 events will be promoted, including the Chengai Festival, Johor Orchid Festival, Festival of Lights in Little India, Jambatan Sultan Ismail Carnival 2020, Bendang Festival, and the Pantai Mersing Festival. The Malaysia Games Sukma 2020 will also be held in the state.
Local sports. Now, former national squash queen Dato Nicole Ann David, 35, says she has yet to decide on her future plans since announcing her retirement in June. Now, the 8-time world champion said she hoped to speak with the Squash Rackets Association of Malaysia, SRAM, and the National Sports Council, MSN, first before making any decision.
Elaborating further, Dato' Nicole said she has a few plans in mind, but will discuss it first with SRAM and MSN on what is suitable. She, however, noted that her focus will be on developing squash among young women in the country. The former national squash queen added that she also plans to hold a squash talent camp in Malaysia or overseas, besides delivering talks and motivational camps in the country. Dato' Nicole ended her illustrious career with 81 titles from 102 finals. She also held the world #1 spot for a record of 109 months consecutively from 2006 to 2015.
And that concludes this afternoon's News on 2. In our top story, Tun Dr. Mahathir says no cabinet reshuffle. By the way, folks, this evening's 7 p.m. edition will not be aired to make way for the quarterfinals of the BWF World Championship 2019. So join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. Thanks for watching.